we are looking at Shisochin Basics. So what I want you to do is stand shoulder width stance and just bring both hands out the same as you would for breathing kata. Open the hands, tuck the thumbs in, and turn the palms inwards. The feeling must be that I'm trying to open up and using the little finger end of my arm here to be pressing against my opponent's shoulders. So it's not holding, it's not turning the thumbs out, it's this position, a very natural position, just more stylized. So from this position here, take one hand. So if I'm taking my left hand, you take your right. If I take my right hand, you take your left. So from this position, pull the hand in. Important that you focus on the elbow. Elbow stays close to the body. When you are striking, don't think of this as a fingertip strike where you're going to strike through someone's ribs and penetrate their chest and rip out their heart or some Mortal Kombat bullshit. From this position here, pull and feel that you are rotating something between your arms here. So pull, hit, and back. Then take your other arm, pull, hit, and back. And feel, a medicine ball would explain this properly. So, if you have a medicine ball here, the feeling is this. I'm pulling, and it's rotating through. So, that feeling of something round being rotated between my hands here. So, as I pull, it rotates. As I push, it rotates. Pull, push, pull, push. So that's the feeling you must have when you're doing this. Not so much fingertips trying to break through someone's ribs, which is highly unlikely. So from this position, pull, push, and back. Pull, push, and back. Pull, push, and back. And one more. Pull, and push, and back. Right, so that's our first basic. Spend some time on it, then come back for the next one. Our next basic is going to look at bringing the palms together, pulling in, and then pulling down and out. So it's important that you understand when I'm doing this, in this position here, my hands don't come in. My hands are here. Now, if you think about another human being in front of you, if I've got me between the arms, I could be striking on the edge of the jaw here. So feel one. Then from this position here, if you imagine someone's hands, that you can pull them down and out. So if you grab the wrists and you pull them out after you've done some impact against your opponent, this is another option. So from here, one, pull in, pull down and out. Someone's grabbing you. One, grab the arms, pull them down, knee kick them, whatever you want to do. So from here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So very similar to what you're doing in Shisochin Kata, but applied slightly differently. Practice that a bit, then come back to the next basic. Our third Shisochin basic is going to look at this strike here. It's less of a strike and more of a clearing position when I'm entangled with my opponent's arms. So think of the back of the arm pressing away from your body and the other arm sticking close to your body. Keep it out the way, because if there's very little space between me and my opponent, if I have my arm out, that gives an opportunity for a hook. So I'm going to lock my arm against my body and use a very small movement against my body to try and free myself of that entanglement. So from here, one arm against the leg, one arm out, then catch, and then break. So that break, this hand just pulls straight back, and all this one does is it comes up and the hip presses that whole arm forward. It's not an elbow strike. The arm comes up, done, hip, push. Okay, so let's get to this grab here again. It pulls back, the arm comes up, the hip pushes, and then relax. Now from here, this hand, if you're facing me, your left hand, my right hand, goes to shoulder, other hand goes at the bottom, pressing out, tucking this away. Keep it away from your opponent. Catch, pull back, lift the arm, press the hip forward, break, and ring. Then your right hand, my left hand goes to shoulder, other hand goes underneath. One goes up, one goes down. I keep it tight against my body. I don't allow for any hooks here. Catch, pull back, break. One more. Goes to shoulder, goes underneath, up, down. I make sure all of this is closed. Catch, break. Right. Practice that a bit. Go slowly through it. Then come back to the next basic. Our next basic we find twice in this kata. Feet are coming together, flat together in Shisochin. I'm bending the knees down and I'm bringing the arm over. Now, I'm not saying 100% this is this movement, but it does fit very well to throws like Ippon Sanagi and judo throws, where you need to constrain someone's arm, reach under the armpit, grab, and then you will be throwing them. So when you see this, don't immediately think I'm punching someone behind me on the nose. Rather hit him with your head. But to try and punch someone in the face, it's unlikely to be effective. Try it, but I don't think that is what this movement meant. So from your feet together, I want one arm up, one arm pulled back, and then we're going to drop the knees, and we're going to punch backwards. And we're going to come up. As we come up, the arm goes down here, drop the knees, and punch backwards, then come up, drop the arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it shows you the beginning of the movement, and it assumes then after that you will know what to do, how to throw your opponent. Practice that a bit, then come back for the next basic. For the next part in Shisochin, we're looking at the block or the clearing movement and the palm strike. I know that some traditional Goju classes will show this as blocking a kick. There are better ways of blocking kicks than blocking with your arm, especially if the guy's got bigger legs than your arm, which in my case is always. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to stand side on. I want you to place your right hand out and your left thumb touch your upper leg. So from here, imagine that someone's grabbing you. So it's not necessarily that I'm clearing his arms, but it is going over his arms, which traps them, which allows me to hit. The kata finishes that clearing move and adds the strike. So from here, clear. As I'm clearing, my other hand comes up and I hit. So I'm going to bring the bottom hand up. I'm going to clear with the top hand and I'm going to push forward. I'm going to lift and clear and push. So the hand has no use doing this. My opponent's arms are here. I need to go over those arms. I need to trap them so that I can be able to hit my opponent. So from here, clear and hit, lift, clear. Watch the hip goes behind it and square up. Lift, clear and square up. Lift, clear, square up. Last one, block, push, and ring. Okay, practice that a bit and then come back for the next basic. For our next movements, it's very similar to our Gekisare kata, which is to say the kick and elbow part of it. So from here, Hikiyuke, Mayagiri, pull to the center, Empuj. Hook the leg in, turn around, catch, step forward, catch, left leg kick, slide forward, elbow, hook the leg in, turn around, catch, forward, catch, right leg kick, slide forward, elbow, make sure, hand on solar plexus, elbow up. Now the elbow is not rising all the way up here. Keep this about 1 fist away from the body, or at least tucked in where the lats are tight and the arm. The elbow tip here should more or less be in line with your own solar plexus. Then from here, hook the leg in, turn around, catch, step forward, catch, kick, slide forward, bring 2 solar plexus and the leg that's in front, elbow, hook the leg in, turn around, catch, forward, catch, kick, slide forward, and elbow. Do that 5,000 times, then come back for the next basic. For our next movement, this is not an elbow strike that's going forward. The feeling needs to be that I'm being pushed back while I am pressing my elbow down. So if we start, I'm going to face in that direction. So you can also face that way. Right leg's in front, right elbow, left hand on the solar plexus. So from here, we're going to step up and back. Similar to what we're doing in Gekisara Edge, that type of step. So from this position here, step up, push down, bring the elbow up, and as I'm stepping back, I'm going to be pressing down with the elbow here. Step up, push down, press down. Lift, press. Lift, press. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the feeling must be that as I'm going back, I'm pushing and dropping that elbow. I get the arm up and dropping the elbow down on my opponent. Practice that and then come back. Our next basic, we're going to add 2 movements together. So what I want you to do is sit on your right leg in cat stance. The moment you see a cat stance, you know 2 things. 1, I'm either being pushed backwards or I am pulling my opponent towards me. So there's energy going in that direction. So the moment I'm in cat stance, I'm getting energy. Right. So if we understand that, then in time, when we do the bunkai for this, it'll make more sense. So I'm dropping in cat stance, left leg in front, and I'm opening up. Now, the opening up is not the same as the beginning of the kata, where I merely want to open and be able to strike and scratch and bite and claw. What I want to do here is, as I'm receiving energy here, I want to really press my opponent's arms apart. And the reason for that is my next movement here is forward and pull. And that is our headbutt. So if we think about receiving energy, turn the thumbs as far out, pressing open, because I know now I'm being pushed backwards. This is not going to be an easy thing to do, but I need to try and open those arms, move in, and hit with the head. We do it again. Open, step, pull. Last time, left leg in front, open, step, pull. Right, practice that, and then we are going to do the last part of the kata. Let's look at the last part of Shisochin kata. So, I'm going to take my right hand, you take your left if you're facing the camera, and imagine, turn the thumb down and press out. And this one, turn the thumb out and press away. So the feeling I want you to have is that you are opening someone's arms up. One by pressing down and trying to clear, and one by pressing up. Almost the same as that what you are doing in Saifa kata, but just with the hands slightly turned, but similar idea here. So it is the ending of your kata. but it could be applied right through the kata at any point where I've just done a kick, I've got in, I clear the arms, and then I can try and do a lock, I can try and finish the fight. So from here, right hand down, or your left hand down, and right hand up here for you, my left hand up. So from here, what I want, left hand block, right hand up, or other way for you, and down, up, make sure you're feeling that I'm clearing, I'm trying to press away so that I can maybe do an underhook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this concludes our Shisochin Basics. Practice them, make sure you understand them, and then next week we're going to do the kata step by step on my count.